Welcome to the Fear and Greed Daily Interview. I'm Sean Aylmer. Social media can be a pretty unpleasant place at times for the users and the businesses trying to advertise or promote their services. For the users, it can be very negative with a focus on superficial and hateful content. For advertisers, there's not a great deal of transparency and there can be a lot of waste. A new platform is aiming to change all of that. WeAre8, that's WeAre numeral 8, WeAre8, all one word, has recently launched in Australia, promising a platform that's free from hate, good for the planet, and puts money back in the wallets of those using it. Plus, it's been built by a very highly respected tech entrepreneur. WeAre8 is a brainchild of Sue Fennessy, the founder and former CEO of Standard Media Index, the world's leading media data aggregation business. Sue is now the founder and CEO of WeAre8, a supporter of this podcast, and joins me from the UK. Sue, welcome to Fear and Greed.
Thank you, Sean. Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
There are really two elements of this that I'm keen to talk to you about from the user's perspective and then from the advertiser's perspective. Let's start with the user. Why develop a new platform? Because there are plenty out there.
Yeah. So, it's funny when I hear the word user now, because we call everyone on 8 citizens. You're an 8 citizen. We're the people's platform. I was living in New York for 12 years. And there was a moment when I built SMI and we could see all of this money going to media, and $117 billion last year, Sean, went to Facebook in ad revenue. And the crazy thing is people didn't get a cent of that. So we're shoved ads. Ads are constantly put in front of us, and yet nothing is shared with the people. So our belief is if we're going to, in a world where there's an economic crisis, a climate crisis, a mental health crisis, of which social has fueled so many problems, we need to move from a world of greed to one of sharing and really create abundance. So our mission became, how could we redirect that money that's going to Facebook back to people and the causes that matter? And $30 million and 7 years later, that's what we've built. So for people, our whole mission is to make it really fun and easy to make positive impact in the world through collective action, to get money into your wallet every time you watch an ad. Because if you watch an ad on 8, you watch them on your terms, so they're uncoupled from the content. You tap on it, you watch the ad, answer a couple of questions, and then money goes into your wallet and donations go to charity. And then separately, we can see our friends again. From October, you can see your friends in a pure friends feed, free of algorithms, because the algorithms have actually destroyed our lives, Sean. They've made people's worlds smaller and more isolated, and take us as humans to our lowest common denominator. On 8, we want to make your worlds bigger and more connected. So we have a stage where you can discover amazing people to follow, like you, and then you have your friends feed, which is just purely your friends. You see their content when they post it at the time they post it. So it's a reimagining of social. It's really social. It's what social should be, with all the money coming back to the people.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get my head around this. It's an app which basically takes kind of the big tech media culture out of how people use apps.
I mean, the interface with Facebook really hasn't changed for a long time. We've spent years reimagining that. So what you're going to see in October is a reimagined social where you can discover people that you want to follow in a really beautiful way, free from ads, where you have your friends feed that is purely your friends. And if you want to watch ads, 98% of people do, because every time they watch an ad, donations go to charity, and that's how you redirect money to causes. but money goes also into your wallet to pay your mobile bill and the little subscriptions and things in your life as well. So we've inverted everything. And interestingly, we're the only platform where people actually want to watch ads. They want 2 minutes of ads a day because that's how they redirect money and pay for all their little subscriptions, their TV subscriptions, etc.
I'm still trying to get my head around this. How did you come up with the idea? Because it does very much invert the commercial model.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been an evolution, Sean. I mean, we've had teams of behavioural scientists for years working with me to reimagine what an experience could look like, because we wanted to imagine, is it possible to have a social experience that is free from hate? And that involves AI, moderation, reporting infrastructure, all of that. But is it possible to have people feeling really good and connected every day? And then is it possible to deliver someone a digital ad in a way that guarantees their attention but leaves them feeling really good? For us, it's all about the feeling. And because, we're not feeling good. We're feeling like users. We're not feeling like powerful citizens who can change the world. And look, our bigger reason is to reconnect people with themselves, with each other and the planet in 8 minutes a day so we can take collective action.
Stay with me, Sue. We'll be back in a minute. My guest this morning is Sue Fennessy, founder and CEO of WeAre8. So the hate part of it, so you're going to ensure that it's free from hate, H-A-T-E. How do you do that?
Yeah, so that has been an equal obsession. So we work with lots of Premier League footballers, musicians, artists, actors, and the hate that they have to endure is truly shocking. Actually, one of the players last week told me that he received 400 death threats on other platforms, and not just him, but his family members, because he missed a goal, which is horrific, right? So what we've built, firstly, it's a commitment to zero tolerance. It's zero tolerance of hate. You can't be anonymous. So the way that we onboard, removing anonymity is a really big thing.
Yeah.
Then the way we've architected it, so your friends feed is private for everyone. So if I'm friends with you, we're friends with each other, which let's be friends, Sean, on 8. You can see my posts and I can see yours. It's only if you're verified with a Golden 8 halo, that's our blue tick, and only then can your content be seen on the stage and you can build a following. So you have to be verified to be able to be seen publicly. And by verifying all the talent, all of the content creators, that sort of enables us to control who is seen publicly. We've got a moderation infrastructure around the reporting because all 8 citizens can comment. And then we have reporting. And what's interesting, the tech companies hide behind freedom of speech. And that is just crap, honestly, because what they're fueling is hate speech, because they want people angry, fearful, scrolling longer. And we don't. We want you on 8 for 8 minutes a day, a couple of minutes seeing your friends, a couple of minutes getting inspired by amazing content, 2 minutes of collective action, 2 minutes of watching a couple of ads, getting money in your wallet, then go and live your life again. And so it's a very different intention and architecture that the old world has. I mean, I think within a year, we're going to be looking at that going, it just doesn't make us feel good. And we're being used.
From an advertiser's perspective too, there must be a huge incentive there to be part of this I mean, so businesses I've run, the social media comments on them, which are just wrong and they're false and whatnot, it can really destroy a business, though, totally unfairly.
Yeah.
This won't allow that then for advertisers.
Do you know, it's interesting, Sean. I hadn't thought of, we have a cracking model for advertisers where advertisers can reach citizens. Citizens accept to watch the ad, they get their full attention, ask a couple of questions, and they build a really deep relationship. So we're getting all the biggest supermarket brands, Nike, all the big banks, Unilever, everyone use the ad model and get really transformational results. One of our campaigns last week got 61% click through.
Wow.
I know. Our
Pretty good.
audience, it's so ridiculous that we had to get PwC to have an audit infrastructure because we couldn't report our own homework. Because for the first time, we're delivering someone an ad in a way that respects them as a citizen who's changing the world. I mean, the old world has thought of advertising as a necessary evil. We've got to jam ads in here because that's how we make lots of money. But they really don't want them. Our world, we see brands' power to change the world with citizens because they have a lot of money. And as humans, we have to buy stuff, only consciously buy stuff. So we can have conscious consumers, but we can get all of that money back to the people and the planet. And if we come together, so we see brands and advertisers as doing and bringing good in the world. And once you see the good that is possible, abundant, and funnel the money back to people and the planet, good things happen. But you mentioned something really important. Every brand can also have an organic channel on 8. So we have brands like Nike and all the charities. So they can build their following on WeAre8 as well and have an organic profile. They can bring their best content, but as you say, it's free of hate.
So, Sue, it's this month, October, you're launching generally, is that right? And so to get the app, how do I get it?
App Store, Google Play Store, download the app, become an 8 citizen, join us in changing the world, donate your earnings to all those charities that you love and care about, and feel your power to change the world. Invite your friends. You can share your real voice. Your voice really matters. I think, with all of the worry in the world and all the fear and all the greed and everything that's happening, we can feel pretty powerless. Well, not anymore. This is the place where we come together and drive real change.
Sue, thank you for talking to Fear and Greed.
Thank you for having me, Sean. It's been brilliant.
That was Sue Fennessy, founder and CEO of WeAre8, a supporter of this podcast. This is the Fear and Greed Daily Interview. Join us every morning for the full episode of Fear and Greed, Australia's most popular business podcast. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your day.